everybody. I'm here today to show you and tell you how to reduce swollen fingers fast and easily. This will be a step-by-step tutorial with super easy instructions, so let's get right into the video. I'll be going over 5 things that you can do to reduce your swollen fingers. Now let me let you in on a little story time before we start. Really quickly, I promise. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. I have my wedding ring here. I'm happily married, but if I remove my wedding ring, you can see that this finger right here is all messed up. Many years ago when I was much younger, I was rollerblading home from high school, and it was the day before the final exams in grade 11. So literally, summer's about to start, rollerblading home. Long story short, I messed up. I tripped basically when I was rollerblading. I tried to go over a piece of wood that I thought was almost like a makeshift ramp, and the wood collapsed when I went on it. And long story, it was just a garbage piece of wood on the road. It looked like it was formed into a ramp, so I'm like, let me go over it. I hit the wood, went flying forward, and I had massive damage to all my fingers, but they were super swollen. So in addition to having to have a cast, and I broke my wrist, and I broke some of my fingers, some of them were just swollen. They weren't broken, some of them, but they were just swollen. So I learned all about reducing swelling really quickly. And I utilized that as much as I could to get myself, like literally my fingers were touching. That's how swollen they were. They were touching and pressing outwards. It was ridiculous. So these are some of the things that I learned over the years, after researching swollen fingers, okay? So let's get into the 5 things. Number 1, hopefully you enjoyed that story. It was super painful, but now I have 100% movement over my hands. Obviously, this is many years ago. I'm 35 now, and at that time I don't know, whatever you do the math in grade 11, I was maybe 16, something like that. I think I just turned 16, something of that nature. So, you live and you learn. I rollerblade still, but I don't do those kinds of, off of the ramp, off of the piece of wood. I just rollerblade around my neighborhood in the local park around my neighborhood, nice and calmly. Okay, so anyways, swollen fingers. Number 1, sorry about that long intro, I just figured I'd tell you the story. Number 1, elevate the affected hand and arm. So if these fingers are swollen, I want to elevate this hand and this arm. Now that means you want blood flow essentially to move away from it. You want to drain the blood, sort of drain the fluids out of there. So basically, my shoulder's over here. You want your hand and your arm to be above your shoulder. Now, obviously, you can only hold your arm like this for so long. Even if you're a tank, you can only hold it like this for so long. So essentially, you probably want to rest it on something above. So like, I have a sunroof here. I could hold my hand like this on the sunroof, and that would sort of bring the blood flow and the fluid down, okay? So elevate it. Number 2 is to apply ice to the specific fingers that are swollen. So you want to get an ice pack and apply ice to the fingers that are swollen. This will help you, at least in the temporary right now fashion, it will help you reduce the swelling, okay? And trying to apply ice with a little bit of pressure. Now, you don't want to be putting a ton of pressure, but a little bit of pressure for sure. Number 3, identify the reason for the swelling and respond to that reason appropriately. So for myself, I knew when all these fingers are swollen, I knew that it was because of the fall, and I knew that I had to go to the hospital. So anyways, long story short, I ended up calling my dad. He was available to come home and pick me up, bring me to the hospital, we did the cast and everything there. So you have to look at the reason. Maybe you had too much salt. Too much salt causes water retention, and that can cause your fingers to swell. That might be the reason. And obviously you have to reduce your salt intake, your sodium intake. There are so many reasons that I don't need to go over all of them, but if you can address the reason for the swelling, obviously try and address the reason for the swelling, the underlying reason, okay? Number 4 is to move the fingers around as much as you can. Now, when I was in that much pain, I literally, it was painful just to have my hand like this. But if you can, move your fingers, it's better because you're going to get the blood flow moving, which is going to help in the swelling reduction, okay? Last but not least, number 5 is to rub the swollen fingers gently as much as you can. Now, like I said, if it's not painful, rub them. Go and rub the fingers as much as you can. If it's painful, you want to just, gently touch them just to move some of the fluid and the blood flow around, right? Very simple. And obviously, these are simple things that will help you treat them, but you have to address the underlying issue. Like what saved me with my swollen fingers was the fact that I went to the hospital. So you need to look at why your fingers swollen. Do you need to see a professional? If you need to see a professional, go ahead. These are temporary things that will help you in the time being, but go and seek help from a professional. Some things like maybe, having too much sodium, maybe you can address that yourself, but you need to figure out what is the underlying reason and if you need to seek professional help. And that's it. You need to take the appropriate steps. If you like this video tutorial, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos. So I got an itch in my nose. I do apologize. I'm going to take a second. We're going to scratch the nose. Yeah, we're good to go. I was trying to hide it, but I can't. So anyways, if you like this video tutorial slash demonstration slash explanation about reducing swollen fingers fast and easily, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.